Do it.
Oh,
King and
God, the GP! And if ever there is an ego pick angle, the GP into Sion from Kingen is certainly looking at that. But also it fits, you know, you've got like a lot of these globals and things like that. You know, following up on any sort of skirmish, Nongshim always need to be careful of the follow-up. Speaking of follow-up, Cannon Barrage coming in immediately as there's the Devour used, but the knockoff keeps them in place. First Blood goes over to the Nocturne. The Flame Chompers with the massive value as it's not quite enough, but Calyx comes in. Spirit rushes in, Spirit rushes out, and then dies. Faker gonna be able to pick that one up. 2 for 1 in the end this game. As T1, with all of that control that they had on that top side, is going to reward them with these grubs.
The mid game thus far not looking the way I think Nongshim is looking towards. Gideon made a great impact with his first ult, going to be looking.
I think it's also
Faker and Smash will just kind of run the fights later on.
Ooh, carrier face checking Gideon here. He will get a little bit frightened, as we can see. Lahen's turning up as well as the quickness comes down. They do manage to get a charm, but the rest of T1, they're turning up faster, and there's the teleport in as well from the Sion. Flame Chompers will be eaten, and so is Lahen's. As Ono looking there from Kingen.
They need to dive, because this is very costly. No one is matching Kingen right now. Faker's on his way, but we'll see if this works.
Yeah, Cannonbra. Oh, right on the edge of the queue, and down goes the Nocturne in the blink of
ideally for grabs as well. That's gonna be feats going over to T1.
Yeah. So turret going to be secured. Upgraded shoes coming on in there. As Lahans, you can see, really wanting to find an angle. They dive onto Carrier, who does have the gray health, eats it, and still goes down. The train is going to land. Massive double knock-up. Super Mega Death Target comes in, but Smash is going to get CC'd by Lahans. One more auto required, but look at this. T1, they just say, we've got a train, and we will just run you over.
No!
And you cannot even get it. Oh, no. That is insult meeting injury. That is an ace, and T1 take full control.
Doran actually saving the game there.
Yep. Nongshim plays up to T1, and T1 is still able to put them down. As Faker
eventually does get to the point where if you can get access to Jinx and Kench isn't near, you can blow her up.
Oh, Kingen's found Doran. Kinda. Well, actually, he's taken real damage. In comes the Kai'Sa to try and help out as well as the barrels are connecting. He just wants to get to a good position, but doesn't have the ulti anymore. As the knock-up comes down, but he is still going to die, ladies and gentlemen. The trial is by fire, and he has not passed. And
they have to be a little careful here.
Away, yeah. Lahan's going to get engaged on, and there's the chain CC. The Rakan nowhere to go, although does at least manage to get an ability off, but that is going to be Ona secure. Turret does fall, but the Otacon will do the same thing, and this is going to give them a whole lot more as well. As all of these blood petals come on through, they get all the experience and all of the extra damage. Yeah, it's a rough one for Nongshim.
Nongshim going for the classic, well, I guess we cross-map. Yeah, we're looking at, you know, Hail Mary barrel. Not the player, the ability. Yeah, that's normal. You know?
Yeah, and I guess they can probably actually just do that as well. As Kingen, he's going to try and go for it once again. As
Passive does a lot of damage.
Doran not going to be able to get the ulti to work out as the immediate follow flash comes through. Cannon Barrage says that there is no way Chiu's going to show up as well. They're investing a lot to kill this Sion, and kill him they will. It's just at what cost?
Nongshim is really hard.
Oh, Kingen just not able to get any of these barrels. Does eat some oranges in order to get out of the way, but that is going to spell the death.
I feel like he really wanted Celestial with how a lot of this is played out.
Oh, the charm just not really going where it wants to as the Chaos Storm gets every flash under the sun. Kingen gonna be the first to go down, and that, like you said, is just gonna spell the end. Oh, Void Seeker almost killing Ona here, who's still ticking down as there's the paranoia to finish him off. I think it's a one-way trip though, as Gideon trying to get himself out of there. The zap going wide, the knock-up not connecting, and he has the spell shield. Oh my goodness, is he out of there? No, Tongue Lash going to come on through. The zap not quite going to work out, and there's the Fear Tether. He sidesteps the next Tongue Lash, and there is a Mega Cone to get him to safety. I think there was a flash in there from Faker.
Wait,
and
did he get Drake?
Roars. Okay, yeah, maybe they're going to be able to get the Drake as Gideon going to Fear Faker, and now he's continuing his merry jaunt. He now knows that he's dead, but that was, you know, he made that choice.
Let's start this up. All the damage dealers are here, though.
Yeah, Cannon Barrage not available just yet. Alex going in, misses the charm, and gets crashed into, or at least Kingin does. He needs to get out of there, but he has no options. Over the wall goes Calyx. Lan's gonna follow him, but Ona gets over there as well with a Heartbreaker. And now it's a 50-50. Still, it's exceptionally dangerous as the charm is going to come through onto Doran.
One-way ticket.
There's the paranoia, and he needs vision. He needs to be able to click on someone to get in. The triple knock up there from Doran as well, as the Baron is now low. In goes Lands over the wall, they go. The Baron is still at 1,000 health as Gideon unable to get it because Ona is the king of smites. Calyx able to get himself out, but the fight is well and truly lost. And T1 are going to look to push for the win.
It was Smash!
All right.
How did Smash get it?
Well, maybe because Gideon died. Because they just ignored the Baron. It was really smart stuff there from T1. A swift call to say, we are killing them. We are not going to take down the Baron.
It's the Smash Splash damage, Atlas.
Oh, God.
He got them. Oh, God.
Well, okay. Maybe the game isn't over.
That gold lead has gone to a nigh insurmountable level, although it's only mid-inhib. I'm trying to cope, Atlas. Although it's only mid-inhib, all right? Mid-inhib, and they're not going to lose soul.
True.
They
Doran has
in about
70,000.
Atlas, let me cope.
Okay, got it.
I got nothing.
I think Doran can actually just walk up, tank all 5 of them and the turret, and then T1 kills the turret.
I thought that on site, and it was never true. They didn't have the rest of T1 backing me up, though. I feel like it might have helped.
Yeah. Just having a look at how many bits of health bar he has, you know? And they're just guarding this siege minion.
Still 30 seconds.
To clear out vision where he can. And Doran's doing it. He is making the play. Yeah, where he just walks up, tanks the turret, minions stay alive, and the second inhibitor is going to go down. Nongshim, it's up to them to try and start a fight here. And they do have all of their buttons available. It's done, but we need to now take this moment to try and see whether there are any angles. Even them up, as Lahen's just taking a cue for fun.
It's bait! Oh, no.
Yeah, well, they do manage to get a charm onto Faker, who just goes golden. Lahen's now just going to get knocked up and taken down. Sometimes you just have a Zhonya's and you're just feeling fantastic as Ona heart breaks in. Jiu gonna have to flash as Ona gets over the wall and just flashes on top of him. He goes golden as well though, and it's another charm that's looking pretty good. Death's Daughter rains down onto Ona, but he's able to get himself out of there. And Nongshim, they are bleeding. They've lost a Rakan, but they have a few of their tanks, their damage dealers still left alive. But Doran just doesn't take damage. And now Carrier's diving forward. Down goes the gangplank. Carrier will fall, but he's making the sacrifice for his team. And the GA is procced. The Nexus is exposed, and T1 will be able to take down Nongshim here in our first series of